going
babe.
What's
on?
going on?
Hello.
Okay. Ooh.
Girl, life,
How
Life
you
is a
doing? How you
journey.
feeling?
life.
Right.
Y'all. I'm trying to think of a word. I'm gonna say I'm recovering.
That's a good word. Recovering
Because I'm literally recovering.
from the baby, from pregnancy.
From COVID.
Oh, that's right.
Oh
COVID.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's
Y'all.
Right.
right.
Side note,
Yes,
babe. So,
praise them. Praise them. But it's
so now
over.
all three
Have
of
you
us
made it
are
over?
COVID,
Have
baby.
had look, babe. I don't even want to say the melody. I was gonna try to do the throw baby melody, but I don't even want to do it.
Y'all, COVID was so bad for me.
Really?
I thought like one night, like the third night, I was in a room by myself. I thought this was it. Like I was in so much pain and then I couldn't remember if I took my Tylenol. So I was like, I'm in this room by myself. I don't want to OD. The kids forgot about me, girl. Imani was like, I cried a little because I forgot you were here.
No.
It was very hard, y'all. But God, okay, because I can't smell or taste still, but I'm alive and I'm just grateful. I'm gonna just keep it with recovering.
Yeah.
It was a doozy though. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all keep your mask on, get your vaccines, whatever y'all got to do. Stop breathing other people's air. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, baby, we have all had COVID.
We have all had COVID.
We now all have them antibodies.
Oh,
are y'all getting the vaccine? Are you guys gonna get the vaccine?
We actually
I was
just
talking about this. I'm not pressed to get it, but I'm not opposed to getting it either. I think I may get it maybe at the end of the year, knowing that we have the antibodies. That's why I'm not pressed to get it. But I definitely, for someone who caught it in January and still does not fully have her taste and smell back, I do not want to go through this shit ever again. So that's why I'm just kind of like, you know what? I may be about this vaccine life. But
and then I heard, oh my bad.
I'm considering.
I've heard that if you get the vaccine, it like as far as taking trips and stuff, it makes it harder for you to catch it in the airport when you're going different places. That's just what I've heard. But I'm just like, people are out anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
they're out.
About it in a group of 10 people. Like we've been at weddings. I went to Miami during COVID. I went everywhere. I literally caught it in my own house. So you can catch it. I mean,
that's really how it be.
Yeah, it don't matter. I mean, what people need to understand
because I caught it at someone's house.
Though, is just that the vaccine, you're least likely to catch it. You can still catch COVID getting the vaccine. You're just least likely to contract it. So, yeah, yeah, I've been in public places all throughout COVID, and I end up catching that female. I really want to call her a bitch, but I really caught that
in your house.
In my house.
So disrespectful. And the thing about it is, I was so mad because I was like, bitch, I have been everywhere. Not everywhere. Like, I've been around my family. I've been around people that I don't know, but around my family. But still, like, really taking precautions still. And obviously still concerned after I leave. But I have been around. So I'm just like, bitch, where the hell did this? Why? On New Year's? Way to start off the New Year. When you think you're comfortable, when you get comfortable.
And see, I didn't go anywhere because I had just had a baby and I still caught it. So I'm just like, y'all, it's probably it's so many asymptomatic people out there I know. Because I literally did not know I had it because I didn't think I got it when I got it. So until I started having symptoms and I had a fever, that's what made me go. But imagine all the people who have it and are not getting tested.
I mean, that's why it's
or not having symptoms like, ooh.
Yeah, it's the asymptomatic people that be messing us up.
The goddamn
super spreaders. They be like, I got sinuses. You don't got no.
I got allergies. No, you don't. You
ain't got no damn allergies. You got it.
You
need to go over there and get you a test.
Okay. You need to quarantine.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's been a journey, but we made it.
Still into COVID.
We made it.
Second year in the COVID. Yes, we did.
I be so amazed at like our bodies and how we just go into this like fighting like mode. You know what I'm
Fight or
saying? Because
flight.
when you really think
Mhm.
about the trauma,
Mhm.
like the fuck, we went through a pandemic. The fuck, and then we had things that other people had that were on ventilators and in the hospital, and
And
it's
passed
it's like when you think
away.
about it that way, and like it's just like what the
Yeah.
fuck, but we still be able to like thrive, and it's like we just move through it like it's nothing.
Oh, God is
I don't know if
good.
that's healthy or not, but he moved through that
I
shit
think that's just a
like it's
moment where,
nothing.
like Sanara just said, you just got to thank God for giving you a decent, healthy body that can fight off particular viruses better than
No, absolutely.
some people can.
Oh
Because
no, absolutely.
a lot of people have died from this virus. And at the very least, if I'm just gonna lose my taste and smell, I ain't gonna complain.
Okay.
That's why people, everybody who I knows who I had it and constantly tell me, "Oh, you need to go to the doctor. You still ain't got your taste. You need to go to the doctor." And I just be like, there are people dying. They can't breathe. I'm not about to go to the doctor because I can't taste and smell. They ain't worried about me. They are not worried about me.
Yo, I had a loved one who was in the house for 2 weeks with the symptoms and like literally could not breathe. And like they had to like luckily they called another loved one and was like, I
Oh,
can't breathe. And
yeah.
they was like, you need to go to the emergency room. When they told them like their symptoms, they was like, yo, like they had the worst symptoms, like all the bad ones. That's what they had. And they were in the hospital for like 4 days.
Ooh.
Their oxygen level was low. As soon as they got there,
Oh,
they put them on oxygen.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine? There's so many people that have died in their homes with COVID symptoms because, and she was saying, oh, when I went to, they died in their homes with COVID symptoms because like people tell them that they're fine or to go home and just take Advil or whatever, or they don't go at all because when you Google it, it says, quarantine for 14 days.
Right.
So exactly. So she went to the emergency room and she said they just told her to take vitamins. You know what I'm saying? And
that's all they
just
tell you. Yeah.
medicine and shit. But she couldn't. She said she got up and she just couldn't breathe. The fuck, girl?
Yeah.
What?
I
I bought the
She
little
said she
post
just could
ox
not
thing
breathe.
so that you could check your levels, and my beats per minute were always high. So that's what was scaring me. But I didn't have that. I can't breathe. It was just like,
yeah.
and then I had to have my
Oh
mask
my
on because I was nursing the
God.
baby. Like it was like the worst. I
That was
couldn't
your
breathe with my
body
mask
fighting
on.
the virus. Because I've had the flu before, and I remember I went to the doctor for that, and my like heart rate was like
Yeah.
crazy. And the doctor told me like that's your body's way of like fighting the virus. Like it's fighting tough. That's why your heart and movement is doing so much work
Listen.
trying to fight the virus.
Because I was trying to feed my
And
baby. Y'all, my breast milk was turning. It was a different color. Like it was just.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
wow.
that's to help the baby. Like you get the antibodies and the
Oh,
medicine in your milk, and it changes the color. But it's medicine for the baby.
wow.
Yeah, girl. The female body is amazing, y'all.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm grateful. One thing I am grateful for within all this is just like all the knowledge about like the herbs and the vitamins and like all the things you need to put into your body. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like it shed a lot of light on that shit and how important that shit is because that shit is what helps you with them antibodies or help you to fight off that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when you built tough, when you put the right stuff in your body, when shit like this happen, you be Superman, Superwoman. You don't
There we
be
go.
having to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
So I really started to like, because to be honest with you, it's kind of embarrassing to say, like I wasn't taking vitamins. Like I wasn't taking vitamins. Like
That's
I would
not
take
embarrassing.
like every now and again, but nothing. But I mean, I'm just saying because like I'm a whole adult,
Yeah,
I'm in my
that's
I
fair.
wasn't
30s.
taking vitamins
So
either. I would
that's
only take vitamins when I would go to my mama's house and she'd be like, "Here, take this
look,
B3."
but it's so important too though, because like you gotta think about your bones and like just your body. Like you just want to take care of it. And I wasn't really doing that. But with COVID, girl, I was like, girl, you
Yeah.
need to get on it.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Same.
need to get on it. I don't know what
That's
you
what
out
I've
here
been
doing.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since
I don't
COVID,
know
I
what
have
you
been
out here
taking
doing.
vitamins like crazy. But
Me too.
yeah.
Yeah. So how you feeling, Club Club?
Yeah, I know. After we go on our tangent real quick.
I am feeling not gonna lie, overwhelmed. I just got a lot of stuff a lot of stuff going on. Just something, just adulting. I don't even want to go into details about it, but just adulting at its finest, and something coming up that just like you weren't prepared for, but you can handle it. But it's just like, damn, I wasn't expecting this as far as like adulting is concerned. So just dealing with that and like trying to calm myself down, knowing that I got it, God got it. There's nothing.
That pivot, girl.
Yeah. Ooh. But it's just kind of like, adulting at its finest, So a little overwhelmed, but I definitely have set myself up in a position to where it's handled. And it's only because this particular situation, it just happened at the worst time. Like I got a lot of stuff coming up this year. I turned 30 this year. So
I know that's right.
Right. So my whole year has been already like planned, set in stone about what I'm finna do. The world opening back up. So I'm getting on all types of flights. Like I just had all this stuff like planned. And then life hits you and be like, girl, sit down.
Hold on one second.
So I'm just trying to navigate that while still being able to do everything that I had planned. But tis is fine. All is well. All is adulting.
This
I'm not
gonna pass, girl.
Not gonna complain. Yeah. I am blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
But how you feel?
I'm feeling good. Honestly, that's all I can say. I'm just feeling good. I mean, it's nothing has really changed with me. I'm just, same way, just navigating through everything. I don't know. That's it, really. And then just personal stuff, like just personal growth, learning lessons. That's one thing. That is one thing. Just learning lessons. I've learned lessons over the past few weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Things that I thought I may have learned, that I thought I knew, or that I thought I had got over. Like I was tested and I ain't passed the test. So
it's okay.
I was able to reflect. And that's something I had to accept, that it's okay. And I had to reflect, and it was a lesson for me to know that, you're not advanced yet. You're still a beginner. You maybe ain't a little intermediate. Don't rush it. You still have some things you have to work on. So I'm grateful for that. And like Sonara said, it's okay, because I feel like, I had to accept it in order to get there. I had to accept that I'm not gonna always, it ain't gonna just be like that all the time. I have to, because I'm gonna make some mistakes. And it's okay to accept that and
just
see it in a
positive
grace,
girl.
Exactly.
Yeah. Honestly,
that
my
is what
favorite
it
part
is.
of life, to be quite honest, is just all of the loopholes that life takes you through to learn certain lessons or learn certain skills. Like I know in the moment it just seems like what the hell. But I feel like once you get through it, it's just like, with this
exactly.
Right, I got it. We're good now.
Yeah. It's difficult in the midst of it. It'd be kind of hard in the midst of it, but it gets better. So giving grace, that's a good way to put it.
Yes.
That's a great way to put it.
Giving grace.
Yeah. And know the fight is fixed, girl. It's okay.
Right.
The fight is fixed.
Right,
oh,
yeah.
I have to tell myself that.
I just don't call Sonara and be like, look, Sister Oliver, I need a word. I need a word.
I'll be looking in the mirror like, it's okay. We got through another day. Give yourself grace.
Yeah, the small wins. No, for real. The small wins are good.
Just count the small victories. Yeah.
No, for real. I feel like oftentimes we focus on the bigger picture so much that we don't celebrate the small wins, and it causes us not to be present. And and it's like you look back and you like, damn, I did that. But it's like, were you there, or were you thinking about the next step?
Exactly.
Like, celebrate yourself.
Exactly where I'm at right now.
Celebrate yourself. Yes.
That's exactly where I'm at. Just learning to appreciate the day by day or the minute by minute. Because I feel like now we're at the point of our life where it just like goes. Like the fact that I'm finna be 30 is like mind blowing to me, because I feel like, dang, what happens? Just trying to think about everything that happened in your 20s. It's just like, I know I lived life to the fullest. Like, I know I had a good time, but it's just like, what?
Y'all, from 22 to 24, I cannot tell you what I was doing. I know I had Riley in between it, but other than that, it's like a blur. I remember when I turned 21, It don't pick back up till I turn 25. I kid you not. I have no idea what I've been doing.
No, real
Winging
talk.
it.
Girl,
Winging it.
girl.
Real talk.
Yeah, and then when you look, and it's like nowadays, I'm so proud to see like, Black women and Black men being 22 and 23 and 24, just
Doing well.
going crazy, And it's just like it honestly makes me think further, like, bitch, what the fuck were you? But it's okay. Everybody has their own journey, and I feel like every generation has its own thing. And so, but it's amazing for me to see that, because I get inspired by shit like that. I be like, yo, y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing.
Yeah.
And especially in this time, it's crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy. But at the end of the day, you are where you are because that's where you're supposed to be.
You're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Your experiences, it'll come. I feel like I'm 31. I haven't said that in a while. I haven't said that the whole time.
I don't think you've ever said your real age on this podcast.
I don't think you've ever said. I'm not gonna lie.
And I have over, I feel like maybe like 29 through 31. Things start to kind of come together as far as your experiences in your life. And I've started to realize okay, that happened because I needed to learn that. And then I needed to learn that because now I'm doing this. Oh, dang. And that, it just makes sense. Before, it doesn't make any sense. You feel like, okay, what the fuck? But then it's just like, oh, okay, I was supposed to learn that because that's why I'm here. Thank you, God. Like, thank you. Like,
I heard that's what 30 is.
Yeah, like
it's a whole different neighborhood. I cannot wait.
You start to fall in love with your journey for real.
Yes, I need the
and appreciate it. So
I cannot wait. I'm so excited because I already feel like I'm there. I'm already evolving into that space to where it's just like everything that I do in my life is super intentional. Like, it's with purpose. And I think about it before I do it, instead of just like doing stuff like there's a purpose for it. Even if it's stupid, it's still a purpose. Like, I thought about this stupid thing before I did it. And so I already know like that's, I can't wait. I just can't wait.
You know, when you say that, Chloe, that has me thinking that's reasons why I don't do a lot of things, because I'm like, what's the purpose? What are your intentions for doing this? And it really stops me in my track from doing like dumb things, like commenting on certain things that I probably shouldn't comment on, saying things that I'm like, what's the purpose of you saying it besides letting someone else hear your opinion?
Sometimes it could be a
does it matter?
I want to,
and sometimes because if you feel led to say something, speak your opinion,
right? And like, a lot of times I don't, so I'm just like, Oh, of course, if I feel like, definitely, if I feel like it's something I need to say, definitely say it. But a lot of times it's just like you get caught up in the social media era where I don't even like to call it social media anymore. It's like cat clout media, because people just out here.
Oh no,
having an opinion for no reason of having an opinion. It's And I think the fun part about it is like when you do something and you know it may be silly or maybe wrong, but you already take accountability for it before you do it. It's like no one else can tell you anything after you've done it, because it's just like, oh, I know it was stupid, but I did it. Exactly. Like, and that's what makes it fun, because it's just
I know what I did.
Yeah, I know what I did.
I know what I did.
I did it.
That's the thing. Like, it's like if you're honest, that's being honest with yourself. It's like you can't tell me anything about me that I'm already honest with myself about. Okay. I know that. I know I did that. And I know I probably look dumb. I know it probably was embarrassing, but I know that. I'm working on it. What you got?
I'm doing the work.
What's next? What's next?
Come on. Yes.
What's next?
Speaking of what's next.
Come on. I feel like that's adulting. That is adulting. Like, what is that? What's that?
Owning your shit.
Because I already know that.
Okay.
Owning. Okay.
That's right.
I love a good okay, Ann. I love a good okay, Ann.
Okay, so the meat and potatoes, because I got my fork. I got my fork and my napkin.
Yes, got my plate because I'm hungry.
I got the wine. Yes,
because I'm
hungry. I don't have no wine.
Yeah, I got my little craft. Yeah, I've been so into like, y'all, that's another episode. Let's not.
Yeah, because I've been following you, baby. When I say your craft beer post, listen. You make me want to try beer.
Yeah, we can have you should. There are a lot that like, girl, I feel like as women, like our taste buds, like things that we were like, it's not all just like bleh,
I'm down for a
But
tasting.
if I feel like if you can do a shot of liquor, you can try a beer. People be
It's all an
trying to
acquired
try. Y'all
taste.
be
It's
taking
all
shots
an
of
acquired
nasty
taste.
stuff.
It's an acquired
It
taste.
is.
It
I'm
tastes
down for a tasting. If you set
yeah.
it up, I'm down for a tasting.
Oh no, that would be dope. That's actually an event, Samara.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the
No,
place
a
cards and
beer
invites.
tasting at the house. Ooh,
Place
okay,
cards, logo. I have some nice little
okay.
place
Y'all know
cards
I
and
love. Yeah, okay.
invitations.
She loves it. She loves a good place card.
Yeah. Okay. What we
Y'all,
got?
okay.
What you
Meat and
putting on? What we
potatoes.
putting on the
Come on,
plate?
Clo. Are you
Okay.
serving? You
Yes,
serving the plate?
I'm
You
serving
dinner?
serving dinner today. Okay.
Come
So
on, baby.
I dropped this question in the chat with the babes. If you guys don't know, we pretty much discuss our topics way before we get on here and start talking about them with you guys. So I had to pose a question to them. Do they have a hard time telling their friends no? And I posed the question because I do. I have a very hard time with telling my friends no because I feel extremely guilty when I say no. And it's so funny because I've talked to my therapist about this before. And I remember her just always saying, like, if you tell someone no, they're just going to go get what they need from somebody else, right? So why do you feel the
I
need?
know that was Madonna that said that.
It was Madonna. So she was just like, your
Shout
need.
out to Madonna.
Yes, as soon as I
Shout
can
out her
afford you, girl, I'm
Instagram.
out here.
She's amazing.
You know what? Because that's right. Because I know that's right, Sonara. Because I'm on the train with you, baby. As soon as I can budget that in my
as soon as I can get that in the budget,
because
I'm coming
like,
straight to you.
No, seriously, for real. But shout out to her. I'm sorry, Chloe. Can I shout out her Instagram?
Yeah, for sure.
Really quick. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so can you give her like credentials, Chloe, or like?
I know she can lay them out way better than I can, but Madonna's a licensed
I know. I'm
therapist.
just saying, like,
she's also I think she's a licensed drug counselor too. But she's the shit. Long story short, she is amazing.
If you remember her from the
really
episode we had her on there, she gave us our life.
No.
Yes.
And she's awesome. I've had a consultation with her, and I highly recommend that you guys go and check her out. Her name is Madonna Land, LPC, LCDC, provides empowering therapy and support via in-person and telehealth services. And it's at Do the Work Counseling Services. So if you are looking for a African-American woman as a therapist, please go check her out. It's at Do the Work Counseling Services, and she is located in Pearland, Texas. But she does in person and telehealth, so that means virtual as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Chloe, I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
Recommend if I can go to her all the time.
Absolutely.
I can't because we are friends, and she refuses to counsel friends. But every now and then when we need sessions, she'll definitely link up. But no, she's the one who told me, like, yeah, it's the need to service people is it's extremely just you. It has nothing to do with other people. And if a friend was so mad at you for not being able to service them at the time that they needed, are y'all even friends, So ever since we've had that talk, I've been definitely trying to practice the art of no. I know my struggle with saying no comes from very weak boundaries that I have with people in general. So that all ties into each other.
You're not alone, girl.
Yeah. So I posed the question to the girls just because relatable. And I feel like I'm currently going through a situation where I'm kind of exhausted at a point when it comes to, I feel like I feel like I have a lot of friends that pour on me their life situations. And I take it as a good thing just because I may be very like welcoming and open and just a good person to talk to. So I don't mind sometimes. But when it comes to a point to where it's a constant like pour and a play-by-play of just like everything going on, I'm just like, sis, let's make these weekly instead of daily, or let's make it becomes a lot. But because I feel like that friend relies on me so heavy to just kind of support them with whatever they're going through, that I need to be there for. I need to pick up the phone. I need to engage. And it gets to a point to where I know I'm exhausted as hell. Like, I know I don't want to hear this, or I know I can hear this another day, but I still Hey girl, what's going on? What happened today? What? So I posed that to you guys because I wanted to know, like, do you guys struggle with the same thing? It was just difficult to tell your friends no. And if you don't,
Absolutely.
how do you do it?
Absolutely
I
struggle.
absolutely do. I do, and what I do is, in the past, I just lie. To be honest with you, I'll just lie, and that ain't right. But I'm just gonna be transparent about it because
I love the
it just shows
transparency.
how much how bad how bad I feel to tell you no. I just lie about it, and it's really just because I want you to like me, and I don't want you to feel like I don't care. But
Mm-hmm.
that's just that's poor boundaries, and that's an immature friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Because
And let
if
me
you're
tell.
an
Oh.
adult, then
Mm-hmm.
you know. If you're an adult and I say, "Hey, I can't do this," then you should, already know. But in my younger day, I would just lie about it. Nowadays, I don't know. I feel like the way that I've developed my close friendships, we have an understanding. Like, I feel like they know that if they need me, I'm there. And that's that. Like, it's not. I don't. It ain't. I don't know. I don't really have no energy drink. I don't. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just. I don't. Yeah, I don't have that in my close knit friends now. But in my younger days, I would definitely just lie and just be like, oh, just because I feel bad because I want them to like me. And I don't want them to not want to be my friend anymore. Or I don't want to seem
Yeah.
like I don't want to be around them. But now it's just like I'm honest about it. And I'll just say like what I'm doing and hope that they are okay with it. And if they're not okay with it, then I'm just okay. I'm okay with myself saying it. So it's just okay.
That's the
But
key.
some people are not. Some people
Mm-hmm.
don't be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Some people be
they
really
just
offended.
they
Mm-hmm.
just be really offended, and it just is what it is. But I still get those feelings though. I
And
still get the feelings of like I want you to like me. So
mm-hmm.
it's just like I just I don't know. I feel bad. Like I don't know. I still feel bad. I still be feeling bad. I don't know. I
And
still
it's
be feeling
crazy
bad.
that y'all mentioned the offending part because that's another segue to what Madonna was saying.
Sorry,
It's
y'all.
just she was just like, do they feel offended or do you think that they feel offended? So you create the
Mm.
scenario in your head
I
that they
think
feel offended. And that's
I
exactly
do.
what it is. I think they will feel
I
offended if
definitely
I
think.
say no. But she was like, have you ever tried it with your friends and see what their response will be? She was like, how would you know if they be offended if you never try it? And I'm pretty sure none of
And
my
who
friends.
cares if they are?
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know, Sonara. What do you think? Where are you at with this?
I'm gonna be honest. I struggle because what I've had to work through recently is to not expect me from other people.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I'm there, like if I don't use the friend term lightly. Like I don't say, oh, this is from my friend. No, if you're my friend, you know you're my friend. I've told you you're my friend. Otherwise, it's networking or association. That's it. And I'm fine with being there for other people. So if you're my friend, I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna ride through the mud. I'm gonna give you the shirt off my back. Like, what do you need? I'm a vessel for you. And I feel like that's what Madonna was talking about is like a savior complex. And I'm trying to lose that. But I'm just like, I don't tell people no because I don't want people to tell me no. But with that, I get more people telling me no or I can't help you or I can't whatever than I do rather.
Right.
Like people will tell me they can't help me, they can't do this, whatever it is, but then ask me for something.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, I don't do things with the intention of receiving, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean I can't always be on the giving end. And I'm learning that now.
Same.
Because I'm like, who's hurting?
Yeah. Same. Whose
I'm like,
energy?
I'm giving, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
Like it's just like I don't have any more to give you. And if you can't handle that, oh, I don't know where do we go from here. But I definitely because I'm like, clearly you're asking me because you need. But I'm like, do you really need or is it like a want? And you just reaching out to see how you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
No,
I don't know.
that's exactly what I had a friend tell me that. She was like, when people ask for things, is it because they need it or is it because they want it? Because
Mm,
9 times out of 10, if you tell them that you can't give it to them, like what she said, they're gonna go find it from somewhere else or they're gonna chill out. Like people need to go to the hospital. People need to go to the grocery store. People need to go to the gas station. People don't need you to do extra accessory shit.
Yeah.
That's not a
Don't need
necessity.
you. You don't need to have your tab picked up because you want to go out, but you don't get paid till Friday. Like, come on,
Oh
sis.
no.
That's what I'm never not doing. I'm no. Mm-mm.
I
We
have
are built
definitely been
different.
that friend. I ain't gonna lie. I have been that friend in college. I have definitely been that friend
Oh, that's
before.
college. That's different.
And it's very uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for the friend, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
to have to say that. But yeah, I can understand how that can be taxing on the other friend that's
Yeah.
providing the money. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm
Or
saying?
like if you have a
It's
friend that I had
like,
someone that was call me. She was in a very abusive relationship. Call me all the time, crying. So at this point, every time I see your name pop up on my phone, I'm having an anxiety attack because I think this is going to be the call where I got to pick you up from the hospital or I got to, something like that. So I really had to end that friendship because I'm literally in the middle of the night driving to come pick you up.
Wow.
And I'm like,
yeah, no.
other than you calling me because you're hurting or he's hurting you, I don't speak to you. You don't ask me how my day is going. You're not reaching out to me. I only had one kid at the time, but I'm just like, you're not asking me how single motherhood is going. You're just telling me to come get you
Wow.
because someone's hurting you. And when I
So
say I'm like, I had to have that conversation. I really had. That's the first time I said no to a friend, and we haven't talked since.
Wow.
I,
But y'all level of like friendship. That's yeah. Y'all want friends.
friends don't want to hear no. We spoil our friends.
No, we really do. And it's not even I think it's spoiled people. I think it's spoiled people because I definitely have had some experiences spoiled people. It's just a personality where you feel entitled for people
Now
to
that
treat you a certain
entitlement is
type of way
different.
because of
Yeah.
what you used to. And if you fall, it's easy to fall into it. Like I always say, like, no, I'm not gonna say that because never mind. I used to say that like I'm not your nigga, right? But I found that relationships are relationships and friendships. There is a way, like you have to still show your friend that you care about them, and that you're thinking of them. It's an intimate relationship, not intimate like fucking, obviously,
Yeah,
but
of
like
course.
it's a relationship that you have to nurture. So I used to say like I ain't sure, I don't have to but it's like you still want to show that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I lost my train of thought, honestly. But yeah, I feel like
No, we
you
talking about the relationships we have with our friends.
the relationship. Oh, they're spoiled. So thank you so much, Sonar. So no, I feel like sometimes it goes out the way. Like it's like you asking for too much. Like I'm not about to do that.
And
And
then you can
you
say
feel
I'm not your
bad, but
nigga.
at the same time, that's a boundary. Like I'm not doing that. And I've definitely had the same experience, Sonara, where someone just fell off the face of the earth. And it's every single time. They leave and they come back. And then when they come back, it's just so ironic that they need you when they're talking to you constantly and they're being your friend and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, bitch, not to say like we grown, but it's just like, girl, I mean, okay. Like we all right.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna sit and cry over the fact that you think you're using me and you're because you're all that is just bad karma on you and good karma on me. I don't really give a fuck.
Literally.
Like I don't care.
That speaks to your
Because I
character,
know that
not
I was a
mine.
good friend. Exactly. I know as long as I know that I did good and my intentions were good, that's the only thing I care about.
Yeah.
Literally.
So,
That's how
but
I'm
I
living.
feel
That's me going into 30. As long as I'm good with my soul at the end of the night, my intentions were pure and I did my best.
yeah.
I could care less.
Yeah. It's hard to
What
get to that
happened?
point though. It's so hard. At least for
Yeah,
me,
it
like I
really
constantly tell
is.
myself that like, I know I'm gonna always be a good person. How you receive me by saying no is just that's a personal issue. I always try to tell myself that like how they receive certain responses, friends, whether you can do this or show up for them or not, like that's personal. But without a doubt, like you're a good person. And when you can, you will. If you have, you will provide. And that's all that
If you're
matters.
my friend, you know that.
Yeah.
And that's something you should, and that's something that you should know as a friend. Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's something that you should know as a friend. Like if we have to question if I'm gonna show up for you, or if you call me and you really need me and I'm there for you and you're like that's a problem. Like we need to talk about that. If you don't think that I'm gonna show up for you, and that's insulting actually, because what?
Yeah.
If you my bitch, you my bitch. Right. Exactly. I've been here. We riding. So just because I don't like, is that another topic or are we talking about that? That okay, so that could actually be energy draining. That here you go. To
Yeah.
me, a part of energy draining is like people feeling like you have to like when you don't do what they want you to do or show up when they want you to show up, that you're a bad friend.
But is it because
And
they don't want you to do it, or do you feel like you're obligated to do it because you are their friend? Because that's what I battle with. I don't think
because
any of my
they don't want you to do it. What
so
say it one more time?
so is the issue is that they really want you to do this, whatever they're asking of, they want you to do it? Or have you put in your head that you need to do it because that's your friend? Like they're not really pressuring you to do it, but
No.
you put pressure on yourself to show up for them because we're friends.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Well,
That'd be me.
it really be to me, it really just be like I feel like if I don't, like you're gonna be mad. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
be upset if I don't show up. Or if I don't fit into your like what you got
Yeah.
going on, basically. And I just be like, yo, like, I don't know, like that it just makes me uncomfortable. And it's just like it's kind of draining because it's like I would rather spend time when I would like to spend time. And I'm okay with like if you don't want to spend time, I'm not gonna get offended, right? So if I'm okay, then you should be okay too, right?
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not here, if I'm not available to do that, you should be okay with me not being available to do that and you not getting offended at the fact that I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
You
I know
know?
I'm not your
And
only
charge
friend.
it to and charge it to the fact that okay, you're not a good friend. It's just like, yo, give me grace. You know, give me some room. Give me
I do have a life.
like and
I am
that
going through
and
my
that
own
causes
things.
anxiety for me because then I feel like, okay, so my my qualities as a friend, as a person are challenged if I don't do what you want or if I don't abide by what you see as a friend.
Yeah.
And I acknowledge that and I honor that and I understand that the way that you see a friend, you have every right to do that, but it's just like it's taxing. It drains
Mm.
energy because I'll be like, ugh, like, I love this person. I want this person in my life. But it just be like, if I be like, nah, I'm good, then you might be like, okay, fuck this bitch, or this person's not a good friend. You know what I'm saying?
See,
I
yeah.
Like,
hate
I
that.
it's
think that's my
hard.
issue is that my anxiety comes from unrealistic expectations that I place on the friendships. Because like I said, it's
Mm.
9 times out of 10, if a friend asks me to do something like, hey, you want to do this for lunch? Or hey, can I call you? Like, hey, I need to talk. Hey, can we meet up for drinks? All of this stuff like that. I'm quick to like clear my schedule and be like, yeah, sure, even though I don't want to do it, or I'm just like, girl, you just want to
I've been
text
there.
about it, girl, you just want to call me about it, like, no, I
Like
really
clearing
don't
your
know.
whole
Yeah, I
situation.
clear up my
Hmm.
whole schedule. And instead of me just saying no and just waiting to see how they may react, because 9 times out of 10, they'll just be like, oh, okay, it's cool. Like, just hit me up whenever you have some free time. In my head, I start spiraling and thinking like, well, if I say no, then she's gonna think that I don't care and maybe she's
Yeah,
going through
yeah.
something heavy and maybe I need to be there for
Hmm.
her. And like, one if this is like, I just start spiraling, thinking the absolute worst instead of just saying like, no, girl, I don't really have the energy today. Like maybe next week I'll hit you up. And that friend will probably be just fine and be like, okay, girl. Because whatever was pressing that moment that she needed to talk about, she'll just call somebody else who's available and probably won't look at me any different. She would just be like, all right, just hit me up when
Fill me in
available.
later.
Right. So my anxiety comes from the unrealistic expectations that I place on my friendships. And I'm trying to figure out like how to like balance that and understand that you can still be a good friend and tell people like, no, I feel like going to get drinks today, or no, I don't feel like talking today. And I think what's interesting is that we posed this question on our Instagram.
I was just about to
We
ask you
posed
what
this
they
question.
say.
And we asked the question, do you have a hard time telling your friends no? And I was really surprised at the responses because I really thought that a lot of people were just going to be phony and just be like, hell no, I tell my friends no all the time. Like, it was actually split down the middle with people saying like, yeah, I have a hard time. I feel guilty telling my friends no, versus people saying like, hell no, I don't have a problem. I found that interesting. And right now the poll stands at most people saying that they feel guilty for telling their friends no. That's interesting as hell to me.
Y'all, we all need therapy.
We all need help.
No, for
And
real.
I'm
To be
wondering
able
where
to
those
say and accept it. To be able
yeah.
to say no and accept no. Because that's the reason
Accept
why we
no.
don't know how to say no.
Yeah.
My bad, Chloe. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're right. You're on the same page. I'm just kind of wondering, like, where did this complex come from that we all feel like we have to be of service to our friends at all times, that we have to say yes to everything? Where did that come from? What the hell?
I really don't know.
I'm thinking
really
too, like, I
I
don't
feel
know
like,
where would the root come from, because we need to pluck that from the root.
because you should not sacrifice your own self-care or your own self-care for anybody. And I feel like, as I know me being I was raised to not be selfish and to share. I'm not saying that has anything to do with self-care. I'm just saying, to
I
kind
feel
of
like it has something to
sacrifice
do with
and
us
kind
not
of
being
give
able to
your
say no.
last, if you feel away, you should give your last and this and that. So I feel like that kind of contributes to it a bit.
I think you're absolutely right.
I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. Like, you should definitely be selfish. What? Be selfish. It's yours.
I think that's low. I think that's exactly what I think that's kind of spot on for why we are like that. Because it's like, you're supposed to think of others before yourself. You're supposed to share. You're supposed to not be selfish. And I think we kind of took that in overdrive, because now it's like I'm sharing everything. I'm sharing my food with my friends. I'm sharing my clothes with my friends. I'm sharing my shoes with my friends. I'm sharing my hair stuff. Like, I'm sharing my emotions. You have me drawn in because I feel what you feel because you're my friend. And I'm just like, okay, what are we gonna do? When do you stop? Like, when is no?
I feel like with
when
me,
is no okay?
Yeah, I feel like with me, it comes from abandonment issues. I have real abandonment issues. So I always I guess my hard time with telling people no is because I think someone will get mad at me and then abandon our friend.
Yeah. Oh, Chloe, we literally the same person.
Yeah. Therefore, that's why I don't tell you no, and I will show up for you when I am on my last breath, just because I want to show you that I'm there for you. That way you never abandon me. And I'm just kind of like, it's sad, but at the same time, it's just like, bitch, you got to get over that. Like, you have to get over that.
With the
because
quickness.
like I think you mentioned it earlier, Tanar, like, some people won't do the same for you. Like, if they're on their last breath, I'm pretty sure they would have no problem being like, girl, not
nah,
today.
exactly.
And I don't feel no guilty when they say that. I just be like, okay, cool. Well, I guess I'm sitting in bed today. That's fine. Like, I could chill. So yeah, it's an interesting topic. And like I said, I was very surprised about the responses that we got from the
I'm
poll.
surprised at how many people admitted that they.
I know.
Yeah. But them polls you get the truth out of the polls.
Yes. And I really thought that people were just gonna be on some like, nah. And so like I said, I find it very interesting that a lot of people feel very guilty of it. And even we had a man to respond to it that said he also felt guilty. And I would love to kind of talk to a man how they balance their friends. Because I feel like with men, it should be a lot easier to be like, I ain't, but also at the same time, men are very like territorial with their friends.
The peer pressure
so
too.
I don't know. It's interesting. But I did
because I've heard men get mad at their friends because they wouldn't do something for them.
Really?
And I'm just like, you a grown ass man.
Period.
Literally, like, you a grown ass man. Like,
I didn't know men dealt with that. That's crazy.
Men, I have on several occasions, like, I don't fuck with you because you didn't want to help me do this, or you didn't want to do this for me. I'm just like, you sound very weak, and I just don't understand.
You sound very weak. Weak. I want to say, Chloe, when you were talking about how there are people who have no problem in being like, nah, that is the thing that helped me with being like, no.
Yeah.
Because like Sanar said, these same people that will ask you for something, and then when you seek to them for stuff, they don't show up, or they show up half-assed, or they show up on some shit that they would never do. Absolutely not. I may not tell you, but I remember that shit. And we
Adjust
not like,
accordingly really quickly.
Yeah.
period. So that's what helps me to get wound it all the fuck together and be like, okay, this is what we
Because
doing.
that's
And
wasting. That's
create,
wasting. That's draining
you know
energy.
what I'm saying? And that shit hurts. That's
Mhm.
draining, and it hurts because you expect, like, your expectations, you expect for your friend to be able to show up for you. And when they don't show up for you, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
you're not that friend. Like, you're not that
And
friend.
that's
You're that
okay.
friend, and that is okay. But don't expect for me to show up for you.
Yeah.
When you ain't show up for me, I'm gonna show up how you.
And it's not
show
even
up.
no tit for
Okay?
tat stuff.
It's really
just
not.
like keep that
That's
same
my
energy.
boundary. I that's one of my boundaries, and it may not be good, but it's I bring what you bring.
Mm-hmm.
So what you bring to the table in this friendship, that's what I'm gonna bring too.
We matching.
Yeah.
I match energy. That's the same with relationships, and that may not be good. I may in the next 5 minutes it may be different. I'm just kidding, but no, like it may no further down the line it may be different. But as of right now, that's what makes me feel comfortable. It doesn't make me feel good to give more than other people give me.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm honoring myself. I honor myself in saying that I am not going to give you more than you give me. That's fine. Some people will judge it and be like, that's you should only do, but
And that's your business. As for me in my house.
myself. Exactly. As for me and my body, that's what makes me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good to give
How dare
more,
I
and
feel
then someone
anything
gives
less
me
than
less.
good? Like, relax.
And I ain't be able to navigate that shit yet. But right now, that's where I'm at.
See, I have a completely different situation. It's just because I feel like I have so many people who I consider, really good friends. I have a very large friend circle.
You say that too.
I have
Yeah.
a very large friend circle, a very large friend circle. And, I think some of it is exhausting too. It's just because, like, when you're that friend that is open to know, anything, or you're just probably the most comfortable, you have all your friends who will come to you for any and everything. But as for me, I may just have like one or two people who I feel like I tell the bulk of things to. So it's just like, it's trying to understand that as well. It's just like, you may be like a best friend for somebody, but you may not be that, they may not be a best friend for you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like, this person considers you their very, very best friend for who they'll go to for information, but you may not feel that way about that person. Not to say that you're not friends. It's just that y'all
have a different perspective.
Exactly.
It's a different perspective of feeling.
Gotta be equally yoked, even in friendships.
And so I'm trying to understand that too. And then, like I said, I love, like, when my friends, I have no problem, like, girl, call me when you need me. But it's I'm at the point where I'm just trying to learn how to be there for my friends without exhausting myself, because I could do so much with a point that I'm tapped, or I'm taking in all of this information where it's just like, well, when they turn around and ask you after they get them pouring, like, so what you going through? And it's just like, I got nothing at the
I'm gonna feel like an asshole.
Yeah, like,
let me shut up with my little problems. Let me be quiet with my little problems.
Right. I'm just like, I got nothing. Or I feel bad that I don't have anything to add to the conversation. And then it gets me, not gonna lie, on like a jealous trait sometimes. Cause, like, to be honest, like, call a spade a spade. I have a lot of friends who will call me about their man issues. That's pretty much what it is. And you call me about your man issues for the person who don't have no man. So it's just like, one, I don't even know why you calling me to give you advice about, like, this or that and the third when it comes to your man. But then at the same time, it makes me kind of sad, because it's just like, I wish when you ask me, like, what's going on with you, that I could tell you what's going on with me and my man. But bitch, I don't have one. So I don't know what you want me to add to this conversation. So it's just, it's learning how to, like, be appreciative that you confide in me, but at the same time, having a boundary on how much I can take in without me feeling like, okay, yeah.
I can't do this no
more. Honestly, if I can give some advice, I would say, do what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Right. If you can give it, give it. If you can't. Exactly what you said. As my friend, if you told me, bitch, I don't know why the fuck you calling me because you know I ain't got no damn advice for you, I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, bitch, you right. Okay. You. I just wanted to vent. I'm sorry. Like I feel like you can probably say those things to your friends and they will be able to accept that from you.
And that's
if you
really
try.
what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
And I was just gonna
And
add,
that's really what it is.
Just
I don't think any of
it.
my friends would have any problem with being like, girl, okay, bye. Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and call. Like, I don't think any of them would have that problem. They'll all be like, all right, bitch, bye. But because I feel so guilty, it's just like, no, you can talk to me. What's going on? Like, I'll do my best to. I know that's a me thing. It's not my friend.
Yeah.
And just trying to understand, like, how can I be better at that so I could be a better friend for you? Because I don't feel like that's me being a good friend trying to take in all of this information that I don't even want to hear. Like, I'm gonna do my best to like listen and give the advice of what it is, but in my head I'm thinking, I don't really want to hear this right now. And therefore
that creates resentment. That creates resentment too. Because it'd be like, bitch, I don't give a
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Like I don't.
So what would be advice you give to saying no? How do you say, well, shoot, I don't know, because we all struggling. How do you say no to your friend?
I mean, I can say no, but I still
I'll
feel
see y'all
bad.
in therapy.
I actually have an article, y'all, if y'all want to hear. So this is from the HuffPost. And it says,
come on, Huffington Post.
Many of us have a hard time saying no to a friend. When someone's a true friend as opposed to a frenemy, you want to help the person out, however and whenever you can. But sometimes requests are too frequent, over the top, and inappropriate. Here are some tips to help you say no when you really need to. Number one, don't wait until you're fed up. That's number one.
Ooh, yeah.
Number two, don't feel guilty. You can't say yes to everything. Number two. Number three, if your friend can't accept no for an answer, recognize it as her problem and not yours. That's a good one.
So you think,
and know that you're going to get through it. See, my problem is thinking that I make everything big. I'm very dramatic. So I make small things, like things that I make it big. So if I feel like we're going to get into it, and I feel like that's going to be the end of our friendship, or that's going to be like So I just be like, okay, like, so I felt that one. It was just like, it's their problem, not yours. It's not the end of the world. You guys can make it. You guys are friends. Like you're not.
I just
like
feel
the
like
whole
a
abandonment issue.
like a relationship.
I definitely I identify with.
I think that's what it is. It's a true.
Be like, don't leave me.
Yeah, it's an abandonment issue. I want to be your friend forever.
We have plans.
I know.
No, dead ass. Like we have plans.
No, seriously.
But you gotta treat it like a relationship. Like you said, it's kind of not necessarily not my man. You gotta communicate. You gotta set boundaries.
Yeah.
Like you really have to.
I feel like the older I get, I notice more of that, and I want to do more of that. Like younger, I definitely was like, I'm absolutely not. But as I get older, it's like, no, I want to show you that I care about you. Like, I want you to know that you're the most beautiful.
And I've asked my friends, like, how can I be a better friend to you?
Exactly.
Am I speaking your friendship language? Like, am I speaking your friendship language?
Especially with friends. Yeah, especially with friends that you've had since like high school. I've definitely went through that with my high school friends. Like in the past couple of years, it's just redefining our friendship because we've been trying to
you grow.
We've been all been trying to operate as if we were still in high school, and it's just like, nah, half of us have had kids, like some of us are married, like we're in relationships,
we done been through some things,
right? So it's just like I know I can't, or I've had to learn like the person that you need of me now has to be completely different. The person who you are is different. So how can we be a better friend to each other in this time space? It's very important to have that conversation with your friend.
That makes it convenient for both of us.
Yeah.
Because then we see the expectation.
We operate.
Oh, go ahead, love.
Okay. I was saying the same way we operate with these niggas.
Seriously though. Seriously, because it's like
we accept and shit.
We have to
be
hold our
having our
friends
friend
accountable.
Because we would
expectations
cut
up
a friend
here
off
and our
quick.
nigga expectations down here.
I
Absolutely
know.
not. So actually, you need to
Yeah. I think
Well,
we be
that's
so
That's why I feel more played when it's by one of my friends than a nigga. Because I'm like, I expect that from niggas. Like, you my
because it's a
girl.
woman.
You my
no.
girl. You my
I
friend.
know. And
These
most of
niggas
the
make
time,
us
it's
have
not
to
even
be
intentional when it comes to your friends. Like literally, I just really feel like life be happening. And sometimes, you know, as a friend, you thought y'all were close. And it's not that y'all weren't close. It's just maybe at that time period, that friend was just going through so much shit that
Y'all just
They
trauma
were
bonded.
unable
And that
to
was
be
it.
yeah, they
there.
weren't unable to communicate
Yeah.
like what they were feeling and stuff. And then you take it personal. And I've definitely been there, done that. So it's communication. You're right. It's definitely key to maintaining any type of relationship. Like you gotta communicate. Got to.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was on that list, Lo? Those were the only 3 things?
Oh, no, it's more. It was try to say no as graciously as you can.
Yeah.
Be nice about it.
Look,
When
try
you're
not to
both
lie.
relaxed, try not to lie. Don't be like me, because then when you get caught up in your lie, you just look like a bullshit person. And that's just an icky
right.
ass thing. Like it's just like icky as fuck. It's like, bitch, why did you say that? You just look a bad person. So don't do
Yeah.
that.
Like, and we
You
grown
really
as
do.
hell.
No, I said this was in my early 20s. Man.
Oh, okay.
Come
Oh,
on.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is
Okay,
like,
never mind.
it hasn't been in my
We doing all
30s. It
kind of
hasn't
dumb
been in
stuff.
my 30s, and it wasn't in my
Good.
late 20s either.
Girl, no, I be lying
Nothing
sometimes
after
too. I throw work in the
27.
equation all the
Yeah.
time. Like, no,
Or
girl,
the
I gotta
kids.
work. Like all the time. I'd be like,
See,
oh,
and I have look,
yeah.
y'all so listen. Okay. When you're both relaxed, talk about limits and boundaries in friendships. I think that's important.
That's
If
a
you're unable
very good
to
one.
say, if you're unable to say no, even when you want to, find out what's holding you back. And that's it.
I.e. go to
Part that I
therapy.
If
struggle
you're
with.
unable, figure out
one.
why you're unable. Because and I can understand that. I feel like it could be specific to the situation. It could be something about that situation where you can't say no.
Yeah.
And then that you kind of like, working on it in a smaller, you kind of categorizing everything.
Yeah.
If you can't work on it in a big sense, then figure it out in different
Little
categories.
steps. See, I'm the problem. My friends are all amazing, and it's me.
Girl,
it's me.
Everybody more work.
Everybody is the problem. Okay.
It's me.
It's a problem. I'm a problem. You a problem.
We all got the
a problem. Shit, for somebody,
Yeah,
somewhere.
we all
Okay.
got problems. All got problems. But no, this was great. I love this whole conversation, and it's refreshing just to know that I'm not alone in this. Like,
You're not alone. We can't say no
not.
either.
Girl, I always felt like it was just me. Like, bitch, you have the weakest boundaries.
Our friends out there blessed.
Girl. But
blessed because we always say yes.
Right. Not even hearing it from you guys, but even the people who interacted in our poll, it's just kind of like, dang. So we all out here struggling. Like really struggling.
No, it's really struggling. I would say choose yourself. I feel like that's some advice we can all take, is just to choose yourself. Do what makes you feel good.
Yep.
Because if you don't feel good, you can't be exactly. So it doesn't matter. Like if you have a question, just choose yourself. Like, does this make me feel good? No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And be okay with it. Because it's not healthy to just walk around doing for people if you don't feel good about it.
Right. And then
that takes away the whole
want to do. I always imagine myself like doing something and I'm not claiming this. You know what? I don't even want to manifest that. Moving
don't
on.
Let it
come
out.
On,
yes,
Chloe.
You better pivot,
right.
Chloe.
You better move. You better pivot out of there.
Moving along.
You better reverse that thing up out that hole. That's right, Chloe.
Don't even let it breathe in the air.
Witness actual pivot in real
form.
A
pivot moment. Yes, and that's how you pivot.
You say,
you just chose happiness.
I don't even want. You just
chose.
Aw, thanks, babe.
You chose.
You chose it. Because all it takes is you to say, you know what? I ain't doing.
We're not doing this today.
That's what I need to be more when it comes to like doing stuff that I don't want to do. Just be like, I don't want to do that, and just being okay with saying I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. I love you, but I don't want to do it.
I'm not in the space to participate right now.
Maybe next week, girl. Next week, I may be in a better mood. But I'll let you know.
And I love you. And I feel
And
like
I
that's what friendships in 40s are like. Like, bitch, I'm tired.
Because at that
let's
point,
rest together.
at that point, we all gonna be married and with kids and stuff. So it's just really like, and I think that's why I try to maybe do so much now, just because I have that space to where I can get up and go and we can do this and that, whatever you want to do, just because I'm young and don't have kids. And I know when we get older, that time is like, it's going to just start dwindling as far as like the conversations that we have, the time that we spent, because we're going to be all married with kids. But
I need 2 to 3 business days so that I could, depending on the activity, I could set up.
No, seriously, because I'm definitely that friend where you can hit me up that day and I can move some stuff around and meet you. Sometimes I don't be wanting to do it. And I be mad at myself like, bitch, why?
I can't wait to do that in 20 years, girl. I can't. Can't wait to just get up and go.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting because you really just want to be in your bed. I really just want to go to sleep.
Oh, I feel that now. Yeah. Dang.
This was prominent nap time.
Yeah.
But since you called me, what's up?
What's up?
All right. let me put on some clothes. Knowing that you know damn well, I really wanted this extra hours.
And then be waking up, what's up? Oh, I didn't mean to wake you up. But can we go do?
I'm gonna get better, y'all. So what are some besides the tips that Lawrence just shared with us, which is great, Lauren, if you could share that link and we'll actually find a way to post those tips on our social media. I think that would be a great little tool or source to have for all of the people who responded in our post and said they had a hard time.
We're gonna work this together until we can put therapy in the budget.
Final thoughts, wrap-ups of how y'all can just kind of help, especially being a part of the group that has a hard time saying no. What can we all do to be better in the future?
Just make sure when you're not saying no, you feel okay about it.
Yeah.
Remove the pressure. Remove the pressure of saying no.
So stand in your no.
Yes, stand on it.
Yeah.
Do what makes you feel good. That's my thing.
Yeah.
It's okay to say no.
Yeah, let your no be no, and it be fine.
Let your no be no.
Yeah.
And it be fine. I think we should end on that. Y'all, let your no be no.
And it be fine.
It be fine.
Good Southern saying. Let your no be no, and it be fine.
I love it.
I love it.
Take us. Yes,
you want to take us out tonight?
Oh, sure. Yes. Thank you guys for joining in another episode. Please tell a babe to tell a babe, share with the babe, because we all need to learn how to say no. Is this going to be on YouTube?
We can.
Okay, well, click to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We are getting back active. The aesthetic is coming back. And as always, drink your water. Mind your business. Yes, and say no sometimes. Bye.
Say no all the time. Bye.